Hey, hey, welcome back to the couch, everybody.
We're finally at the courthouse. It's been so long.
Yeah, been a
I'll
long time
finally,
coming.
I'll finally get to. We'll finally get to see the judge's glorious beard again. You know, I wonder if whether or not we could end up doing like top 10 video game beards. Because I feel like
That's not a
beards
bad
need some
idea.
good appreciation.
They do, they do. I mean, honestly, I love beards. You know that. I'm a bearded
Wait.
man myself.
Like, what if we did it in like those really awful early 2000s countdowns that had that fucking song? What was it called? I know it was called Paralyzed, but what was the band that did that song again?
You know what? One second, let me look it up.
Finger 11, that was
Thank you, yep.
Yeah,
I'm just like, you know...
like we need to do top 10 video game beards. Number 10, the judge from the Ace Attorney series, but it's in like 3060p and has Paralyzed by 11 finger going on in the background.
Oh man. Maybe for April Fools we do something like that on this channel. That'd be great.
That'd be fucking... Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. Don't be surprised, but also
don't be surprised
at the amount of cringe we will pull out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go at this, man.
Yep.
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Why do you look so unhappy?
It's just my face. Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier.
Yeah, she's pouting at you, man. Was
Phoenix?
I doing Mia, or were you?
I think I was.
Okay.
Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that, or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I really don't know how this trial's gonna go down because
yeah, me neither. Anytime I've ever seen footage of this game or saw that really, really middle of the road anime adaptation, I only ever saw it up to the red, white, blue case. Which, by the way, if you're ever gonna try Phoenix Wright, please don't watch the anime. It is so middle of the road.
I mean, that isn't a glowing review, but also there's worse.
No. There is worse. There is worse, but like it's not like the Phoenix Wright anime isn't bad in like a hey, you can have some beers and make fun of it like The Room or
it's not Ghost Stories.
It's not Ghost Stories. It's bad in like it's bad in the Devil May Cry 2 bad, you know? It's bad in just a soulless way. It's just bad in like, it's bad in a boring way. It's bad in like a, oh man, this is just so like phoned in kind of way.
Yeah.
Like it's the most 4 to 5 out of 10 series. If not 3 to 5. Yeah, 3 to 5.
Oof.
So there you go. There's my review of that.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studio. Today, I would like to show evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wonder if that'll be the producer.
The prosecution calls Mr. Saul Manila to the stand.
No.
Oh, this
or
is
that
suck for me.
or that director. Oh, this guy.
Yep.
I like that cap that the hat he's wearing because it's a cool idea, but
Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can you get?
I think it's supposed to be you because
Yeah.
why
yeah.
you like Fjord?
Yeah, I know, but since he's spelling with a J, I kind of feel like he's going J, like in front of it, you know? Like, eh.
Actually, if it is supposed to be leet speak, why is it a J? Wouldn't it be a Y?
I mean, it could have been a translation thing. Let's be honest, this is a game that was made in the early 2000s.
That's true. Localization in
So-
the early 2000s, where it's supposed to take place in Japan, but they made it the U.S. because that's what they did in back in the day.
So the leet speak may not be an actual perfect one-to-one of the early online 2000s, like, leet speak, but it is their understanding of it. And
Maybe.
if they were trying to get Japanese inflections in there, I could see why they might use a J, just because
I don't know.
of
It's
how things are. But yeah, so I would pronounce it with a J, but I get what you mean, because
Yeah.
it does sound wrong to say it that way, but yeah. So,
You don't know me. I'm the director. I make Steel Samurai noob raffle. Salmonella. I'm a director. Television.
Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix. Let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. Okay, so we gotta find the contradictions.
fun.
I was at the studios from around 9 this morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would.
Also, notice he doesn't use leet speak for this.
Well, yeah, because he got put in his place. He got talked down. He got looked down to.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting at the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 p.m. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at the time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
yes, Your Honor. Okay. So we gotta press him on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but first thing before we start pressing, let's look at exactly what evidence we have. Because we know
Yeah,
they
the-
ate over there. They had something outside.
Yeah, and there were sleeping pills in there to have willpowers, and willpowers got knocked out by those, I assume.
Yeah, we can say, like, he was in his trailer, but obviously I don't think that's going to come up during this cross-examination.
Yeah,
Because there was nothing to point him over there.
right. And it did injure his legs, so that's why the dragging foot thing was kind of...
Yeah, it's like, okay, we
a
can't
big
use
old-
that as a defense.
Guide map to Global Studios, the murder weapon, the empty bottle, and that was pointed out by the producer because some strong winds blew that off.
Yeah.
They used really horrible structuring instead of PVC pipes or metal
Whatever
supports.
they needed to, yeah. So, Mr. Monkey's head doesn't necessarily prove or disprove anything.
Well, if somebody walked in front. Okay, so the idea is somebody got to Studio 2 or to Studio 1 and did the thing there. So it does narrow down. It could potentially narrow down who ends up being the one that walked from it, because if that was blocking the tree, then that limits who could have actually gone, especially in a heavy costume.
Yeah. Hell, they might have heard they're like doing it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
yeah, that's true. You ever tried to climb trees that are fallen? You could slip.
Yep. So he was at the studios from around 9 in the morning. That, okay. I have nothing to say he wasn't there.
We could press him, though. We can press on details, but we don't... yeah.
Okay.
Is that when you always come into work?
Oh,
I remember having to... Because I
Yeah,
remember a piece of advice given was to press on details. Yeah, I know a lot about the freaks in your industry.
What the...
FWIW? What the fuck does that mean? Hello?
No.
Also, sorry for interrupting. It's just I forgot about that part of the whole thing.
For when I was, I don't
For
know.
what it's worth.
For what it's worth. Okay.
That's a...
I'm sure someone on the old AIM chat rooms probably used it, but that was not my generation.
Never in my generation of using the internet. Granted, I mostly used it to watch stickpage.com and a lot of Flash animations, but never have I ever seen that.
For what it's worth. Wow.
Wow.
He was pretty busy that day. Okay. Tell us more about that. Okay. So they did talk about the run-through. Like, Powers has told us about that, but he wasn't necessarily there. Or if he was, we'll see.
In the employee area?
That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
Was anyone else at the run-through?
Oh yeah, that security lady who was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it.
She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else?
Nope, just us four.
Took a lot more time.
Okay, so just us four. If
there's the assistant girl, I think was she there? No,
well,
I don't think she was
because Path to Glory, maybe the kid got a shot at that time. In which case the kid would have been there, so that's an area I might be able to counter.
Right.
Took a lot more time than he thought.
Let's keep pressing.
Let's keep pressing. Okay.
Why did it go so long?
I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see?
Oh, right. Thus the limb.
Which, of course, led me to missing my lunch, Rolfs.
Roths? Rolling on the floor, starving?
I'm glad Phoenix is as confused as we are.
Yeah. Phoenix would probably look at 4chan and be like, what is this?
What is /B?
Yeah.
I hear that
God.
everyone else ate lunch and... Oh, go ahead.
What is Reddit?
I've never seen a hive full of scum and villainy like this. I messed up that line, whatever. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. Okay.
What exactly did they have for lunch?
Oh my god, I hate him so much.
I hate that.
Steak.
I hate that sprite.
The assistant cooks them up.
Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area.
Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them.
Okay.
That...
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, because he had to leave for the meeting. So he skipped lunch.
Yeah.
And he was likely going to tell the producer Will Powers twisted his ankle. Yeah.
So he ended up skipping lunch.
So in the end, you didn't get to eat?
Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it?
That must have been tough. Phoenix. Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Actually, there is something bothering me. Mr. Manella, just now you said steak at least.
Yeah, he ate something, because there was food over at the second place. We saw that.
Yeah. So you ate something other than steak?
Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket, which I used to stave off starvation.
I see.
Uh,
Is that all? I was sure I was onto something there.
if we had a picture of the second, like, lot, where we could, like, you know, present, like, no, we saw y'all had eaten some other things that day. But we
Yeah. But we don't. What were you discussing?
The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it?
Actually, I kind of can.
Yeah, because you're not appropriate for children, you creep.
Yeah. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting?
During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. Why were you only pretty sure?
You didn't take a single break?
Well... Yeah, not a one. Okay, yeah, you're guilty.
What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. I'll wait for one to come up and hit him with it later. Phoenix, if his alibi holds, Powers is finished. Press him as hard as you can and find out where he's lying. Right. So that part of it checks out.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Morning doing an action run through. Took
Yeah.
a lot more time than I thought it would.
Fair enough.
I heard that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in Studio 2 later.
So, he got nervous here.
Yeah.
Let me see. No one got up.
Maybe have...
Yeah, I don't think I can present something to that.
No.
See if he does the exact same thing.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is maybe present the scrapbook at the action run through when he's going like, we were doing an, or, Interesting
So-
dilemma here. Let's try presenting this, or...
The scrapbook makes sense, because if they were doing it and the kid was there, he might have caught him in a picture and be like, so where were you actually?
Maybe. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Never mind, I don't think so. With that,
I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Had a feeling.
I must be on the right track. Wrong track. An action run. So that's fine.
Can I present when we're in a press?
No.
So, yeah, I have to do it on something he's saying that we believe is wrong.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, there was a moment where Mia was asking us about a contradiction, like something about it was vague, so...
There was the lunch
It was
issue.
around... Yeah.
Because everyone else had eaten, but he had a meeting, so he ended up skipping lunch. And she says, well, doesn't that seem odd? But if I go to present evidence, guide map,
Maybe...
spear, bottle, head, and path to glory, none of that has to do with that. Like, I don't have evidence to counter.
Try pressing again to see which one it was that brought up the contradiction.
Yeah.
It was this one, I think.
Yeah, seemed odd.
So contradictory? Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella. Okay, so this was it. When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there.
Okay, so we didn't press hard enough the first time, because I picked the middle option.
Yeah, I was thinking the vague thing too. There were 2 plates in the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there?
Okay, so we just didn't press hard enough at that point, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But he ate after all, okay.
A T-bone steak, you mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he brought it to the trailer thinking he could eat it later.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. I'd suspect as much. So when exactly did you eat?
Okay, so that does throw off the rest of his statement because now he had a break to eat it.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave.
I should probably start reading again. Okay.
If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more.
Okay, so we just kind of did it out of order.
Yeah.
So we want to press
And
here
then-
because he obviously left his chair.
Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break?
Oops. Raffle.
Well,
Mr. Manella, what's this all about?
Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I called to the witness to testify the court on this break. Wait, I called the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please.
Huh.
Uh-oh, Edgeworth is laughing. Alright, so now we get a new one for the break.
Yeah, not to mention, I don't know if it's legal or not in Japanese courts, but I have a feeling Edgeworth's been coaching his defendants.
Well, I mean, the idea behind this game is that they wanted to make a game about just how, like, how cartoonishly against the defendants how the Japanese legal system can be. Like,
Yeah.
It's notoriously bad. Now, whether or not the punishments are, you know...
You're guilty
well-
till you're proven innocent in their system.
Yeah, and more often than not, you're guilty. But the amount of which that the defendant has to end up serving regarding their punishment can be very variable, and more often than not in a good way. Like, you know that Johnny Somali guy that got arrested in Japan for being a public nuisance?
I mean, he kind of deserved it.
He deserved it, no doubt.
He deserved it,
but
no doubt.
I think he only got like a few months jail time and roughly a 200,000 yen fine, I think.
Really?
Which, I think it was something like that.
I didn't
but
follow
yeah,
that story too much, but that seems really low.
Yeah, like I think it was 200,000. Like, bit of a tangent, but I want to see, but I want to double check on the facts here because I heard about it. I just don't remember the exact amount.
Yeah, because if they're only going to punish him like that, it ain't going to be long until he's back on the trains going Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah, no, that guy. Yeah, that guy's a shithead.
He really is.
Pays a fine of 200,000 yen for which to us cheeseburger units. That's around $1,400.
Yeah, barely anything.
And I don't know if he got any jail time, but yeah, it's historically, it's like guilty until proven innocent. But what you end up having to pay in terms of your punishment can be negligible for some at best.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, let's see how this went. Okay, so for what it's worth, we took a break, Raffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15, that's only 13 in base 12. What is wrong with you?
What?
Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1.
I have no idea what that base 12 thing is. What the fuck is that a reference to?
It's I know what it is. I think it actually has to do with programming. It's just...
Oh.
This guy's not... Or if he is this much of elite, why are you in a movie studio? It's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me.
I don't think it would even be enough time for that. That's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
I mean, that is true. 15 minutes is not enough to have any kind of full lunch in any capacity.
You tell
Like, you need
that
a
to
full...
us and-
You need like a full hour or hour and a half at minimum.
If you already got the food, like, maybe it's just because of where I work and how on demand we are, but if you say wolf it down, we'll get lunch done in 10 minutes and get back on the job.
Right,
Like-
but you know what but still though.
Yeah, it's
Like-
I'm drinking my spaghetti.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to press him on everything.
What time exactly did you take this break?
That's important. I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45.
2:30. That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise.
Yeah.
What were you doing for those 15 minutes?
Eating my T-bone steak. What else?
There were 2 plates on that table.
D. Vasquez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, D. Vasquez's plate. She was there. D. Vasquez, the producer.
To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat. I love how all these people are like 15 minutes for a T-bone steak. We're amazed at your gluttony.
You couldn't I don't know, 15 minutes is not enough to eat most meals unless it's like a protein bar and
Okay.
or a sandwich and
Well,
chips or
maybe
something.
I am off base here. But to me, a T-bone steak, you can get that down in like 5. All you literally do, because they're not that thick usually, you grab it by the bone itself and you push the bone into like your cheek. Your teeth can then rip it right off and you eat the tender side, and then you just nibble on the other side up to the bone and you eat it like a pizza. Like, that thing goes down quick.
I have never in my life heard of that method. What?
Yeah, like, literally, that's how I eat T-bones, and you just suck the bone dry. Like, they're the... Other than, like, a New York strip that doesn't have a bone, it's the easiest piece of meat to eat. Like, why are these people like, oh my god, you ate one in 15 minutes? Dude, I could sit in front of you and eat one in maybe 4.
Well, because a normal fucking person uses a knife and fork, dude!
Yeah, like, I can just use my fingers, rip it off the bone, and then just clug, we're done. Comes off in 2 pieces.
I never thought I'd ever hear someone attempt to do a speedrun strat for a T-bone steak.
I'm just
Holy
saying, this is
shit.
the guy who would probably do it.
Jesus Christ. Why is that?
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1.
What?
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Someone in that break, there were people moving. The murder happened at that time. There were 4 of them. It doesn't have to be the Creep or Vasquez. It could be one of the producers that we don't even know yet. Because they
Maybe.
haven't been on the stand. They're unaccounted for. So it could happen.
Right.
And all we know is that someone, while our client was knocked out on sleeping pills, took the costume and stabbed the other guy in the chest. And last I checked, a stab through the heart doesn't take 15 minutes to die from. That's pretty quick.
If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly possible. Or certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
I suppose you might say that.
All right, I've got the judge thinking now.
Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright.
What's your point, Edgeworth?
You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record.
The court record?
Profiles? Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Monkey's head
Mrs.?
fell
It's
on the path.
Mr. Sir, it is Mr. Monkey's head.
Yeah, it was Mr.
You asshole.
What? You're right. You gonna read?
Oh, true. The break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkey's head barred the way.
It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him.
No counter-argument, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round.
I believe we have seen enough evidence. I'd like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand.
What? It's over?
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio One. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw at the very moment the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. The court is adjourned for recess.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah, because, I mean, there wasn't really any way to get out of that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel the first
maybe
one,
we pressed...
that's on us because we showed evidence at the wrong time. We should have just pushed harder. But that second one, I feel like maybe it's just thematic. You had to lose that to progress the story, but that, oof.
Yeah.
Like, if
I mean,
they were
thankfully
planning
it's a
for this
health
to come
bar.
down to the wire, that would be bad.
Yeah, thankfully this is a health bar thing, so we have plenty of chances to fail.
Not too many. It takes 2 clicks each time. We're almost a halfway. We lose 3 more
That's true.
times. We're out.
What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me? It kind of seemed like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you were innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children and children everywhere, after all.
You. Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Alright. Let's see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that defense might cause unnecessary trauma with this cruel questioning.
Nice to see Mr. Edgeworth taking the moral high ground.
However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand.
Yeah.
I love this kid.
We have his scrapbook.
Mm-hmm. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange for a box for him to stand on?
Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. No, it won't.
Dude, he weighs more than 5 pounds. I'm sure he'll crush it. Unless you
Yeah.
get industrial strength donuts.
Our donuts are reinforced with titanium bars. That way they don't break on delivery. They don't break on our DoorDash orders.
Yeah, if you're getting them through DoorDash, that's a concern. You should be using Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness.
What?
Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around.
That is exactly what it means in this courtroom. Ugh.
Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in the 2nd grade.
I get the feeling this is going to be a
Yeah.
long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth? Please remember that you are speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Ugh. Witness, Cody.
He's having trouble with this gentle thing.
You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there?
Just... What the...
I prefer bearded gentlemen.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
Oh, he has his camera with him.
Yeah. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible.
Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid? You lost?
Hey! Oh, you...
Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me everywhere I go.
Phoenix? I wonder if he had that camera on him on the day of the murder. You'd better make a note of it in the court record. Okay, still learning how to use it, though.
Yeah.
Also, man, remember when cameras looked like that?
The good old days.
Very well. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident.
All right.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studio that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked! Right before my eyes! Out came the bad guy! Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
I do love his concern for the kid. Just like, look, he is a
Yeah,
kid.
they're not heartless.
Yeah, I love that. Wholesomeness.
This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. So I know we ought to bring up that scrapbook because he said he saw everything.
Well, not only that, he always takes that camera with him.
Yeah.
He didn't have it at the time of the murder. We need to press him.
so
Why didn't you have your camera?
Yeah. So, but we still should press for everything though, as
definitely.
that is the recommended thing. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh?
Course I do! I've taped every show! And I go to all the live performances.
That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park?
Course, duh! My dad always takes me.
Poor dad. Probably have to be subjected to awful amusement park pizza.
Ugh. No, that's the real enemy to mankind.
That's the real enemy, like Dippin' Dot stands and carnival pizza. Like, did I ever tell you that my mouth bled once because of Dippin' Dots?
No, but I'd believe it.
So, like, the story was that I was at an anime con in Houston, and I had gotten done with a chicken and waffles lunch, which, to be fair, that might have been the actual initiator of it, but my mouth was really cut up from how crispy the chicken and waffles were. And then I immediately was like, you know what? I feel nostalgic. I haven't had Dippin' Dots in a while. And then I tried some, and as like the frozen Dippin' Dots were hitting like the roof of my mouth, I was tasting blood. I'm like, oh, I should stop this.
Yeah, that sounds like the time to stop.
Yeah.
Alright, so, let's see.
So most of that was my own fault, but yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've been to the studio?
Actually, I've been a couple of times. I've never managed to get there on a rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling.
Yeah, she's good at that.
Yeah.
Right. Please continue.
Chill, Pops. I'm getting to it.
God, this kid.
Yeah. No chill.
How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez.
Ugh.
Okay, so the old lady wouldn't catch him. Off the path?
Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's these woods. That's where I was.
I see.
Anyhow, I was going for the studio.
Okay. Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio?
Unusual?
Did you see this monkey by any chance?
Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted.
So you went straight to the studio.
For about 30 minutes. So when did he arrive? You got lost in the woods?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, was I relieved when I saw the blue doors.
Okay.
But guess what happened next?
Studio, there he was, the Steel Samurai. Yeah. The Steel Samurai?
Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside.
I see. What then? Out came the bad guy. What sort of bad guy was it?
A person, kinda tall, skinny.
Are you sure it was a guy?
I don't know, he was kinda far away.
Huh, he's being awfully vague. So it took him... What happened to the bad guy?
Huh? Well, he kinda didn't move. Not a bit, like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor.
Yes, I suppose he was. So this is where we press
Yeah.
on that. If you had your camera, you mean you weren't carrying your camera then?
No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it on all the time.
Uh-huh.
Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and then he went home.
Phoenix, remember he's a child.
Use gentle words, but be firm. Easy for you to say. Okay, so let's skip to the end and bring the camera up again.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it even looped back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the end of the testimony, so...
Okay,
That was
but
where that
maybe
was.
I can show his scrapbook, because I think he got a picture that day.
No, I think the camera at the end might do it, because that's the deal, is that he said he has it on him all the time.
Hmm.
So let's present the camera here, I think. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that.
Okay, I love that sprite.
That's a
cute.
good one. I love the expressiveness. Like, that's something that I've been playing Ghost Trick Phantom Detective a lot recently, and you know, that's made by the same creator as this series, and
Oh.
something about how expressive the characters are is just consistent through all of this.
Hmm.
It's a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody. I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so.
I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting. Wow, I didn't even register how that
prosecuting.
word was. Wow, don't you love it when your brain forgets how to do language?
Yes.
I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court.
What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney?
Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? Oh, I like that you can see the box he's standing on.
So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching.
Yeah.
So, new testimony.
Yeah, I had my camera with me. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham!
Then the bad guy stopped moving.
He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Ah, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination?
Okay. So, I think this is where he could bring in the scrapbook.
Yeah.
I didn't use it because I was too busy watching the real thing. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it.
Okay. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't turn away? Not even once?
No.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't believe you.
Okay, then tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
So the bad guy attacked him first?
Yeah.
What sort of person was this bad guy?
I told you, a person. He was a person.
How was he dressed?
I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
I see. What happened next?
And the bad guy stopped moving.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Huh? What do you mean, why?
Why wasn't the bad guy moving?
Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice.
And how exactly did he do that?
How did he do that? How'd he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that.
He's still being vague about this.
What? Don't give me that look, Pops.
How should I play this?
Well, he's being defensive, so I feel if we press him harder, he's either gonna buckle and give in or not. It's a coin
Well, we
flip.
have the scrapbook that showed the entire thing, so we end up having to present that potentially.
Yeah, and I feel like also we don't want the court turning on us if we pressed him harder. So probably see what happens and try the book first.
Well, I was thinking we press him harder, then present the book.
Maybe.
If I press him too hard now, the judge might keep me from continuing.
See, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's true. I'll sit back and see how the rest of this goes. What did you do after the bad guy fell, Cody?
Actually, the fight was so intense that I got kind of scared. So I went straight home.
Something isn't adding up here. Something about his account doesn't seem right.
Phoenix? It doesn't seem right because he's deliberately being vague. Press him on the facts, Phoenix. Find out what he saw.
So yeah, we do press him harder on that from before.
Probably right here is where we question him.
Yep. Because, yeah, like that scrapbook said that it was like all of it, you know, all of the times he took pictures.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of, and this is also in Ghost Trick, is the flashes of white on the screen that happen. Like, I know they're meant to emphasize shock, but like, it can kind of hurt the eyes.
Yeah.
Cody,
What?
something's bothering me. Before you said you couldn't take your eyes off the action.
Yeah? So what?
Yet you missed the most important part.
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap. I don't know, unless he's Uvagin from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight. But you missed the most important part, the killing blow.
Order? Order! Mr. Wright? How could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing.
Phoenix? I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young man is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he want to watch the climax of the fight?
Wouldn't want to watch the climax. Well,
Well, okay, so let's go down each one. He couldn't watch it. He did say he was scared because it got intense.
Yeah.
We asked him if he looked away, so it's possible, as he was scared, he didn't see it. The next thing, he was watching something else. I highly doubt that. Unless it was his camera, he was messing with it to try and get a shot of the killing blow. In which
Or
case,
or it was when the Mr. Monkey Head fell.
Or it's when the Mr. Monkey Head fell. In which case, that would be the possibility. Show evidence. I mean, we have the scrapbook.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's either something else or show evidence. Because if the monkey head fell, then that would have distracted him from seeing the killing blow.
Because he said he got lost in the woods for 30 minutes, but the monkey hadn't fallen when he went into the woods.
Exactly. So it's possible it fell as the murder happened.
Maybe.
But
Because
let's see what's in the
Because
scrapbook.
2:30 was at the time of the murder, and the monkey fell at 2:15. Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight?
Let's I'm with you. I think it's the monkey head. It fell, and so
because
he looked away.
Anything that crashes a tree branch down is going to be loud.
Yeah.
Here's my proof. Proof? Can I do that again? Doesn't seem to prove
Yeah.
anything. Okay, so no, not the right one.
Okay, let's do the scrapbook.
But it seems we had the right idea. Or maybe not.
Well, let's try the scrapbook, because we don't know what pictures are in it, but we know that he has collected the final blow of every fight he's seen.
Yeah.
So the last picture in there he would have taken should be the murder.
Here's my proof. Nope. Never.
Okay, so let's say he's watching something else. Because it's not that he couldn't watch it. He was in the forest.
But he saw something
it
else happen.
He had to have seen something else happen.
He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else, probably.
Something else?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract this boy from seeing his idol, the Steel Samurai, fight?
Might have been
you-
the monkey. So
Yeah,
he
I'm
just
thinking it's the
presented the
monkey.
wrong option.
Maybe so.
Think of something. Think of something. Nothing.
Mr. Wright? Please refrain from making baseless claims.
Yes. Sorry, Your Honor.
Do you have another explanation for this? We have ascertained that the young man is a great fan.
Okay, so he couldn't watch it. Which,
Because he couldn't watch it.
that's a weird answer to me.
It is.
But okay.
Yeah. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age?
Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight, like on TV. The more real the fight, the more he would have watched.
I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have another explanation? We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Sam.
So we are on the right track here.
So,
So
it has
show
to be
evidence. Yeah. Maybe he looked away because he was trying to mess with his camera. Because he said he's still not good enough. He's still trying to learn how to use it.
Maybe. Let's try
Right.
it with that. Yeah,
Here's
okay,
my
so
proof. So that was it.
Did
Okay.
we confiscate the camera and look through it in like
I
5
guess-
minutes?
Maybe.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too. Ah!
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture.
Yeah.
Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids?
Huh.
Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. And that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
I mean, it was a murder.
Yeah.
Welcome to the real world, kid.
Yeah. Oh, poor baby.
Oh, poor kid. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Sorry, I was drinking some water. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Okay, so he's being vague again.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway.
I feel like that's being a bit jerky, but
Pops?
let's go.
Pops? Yeah, I called you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer. Geezer? Well, I mean, he's
Mr.
probably in his
Edgeworth.
20s, which is geezer in anime years.
Well, and just
That's
kids
what I
in
hate
general.
about grown-ups. That's what I hate about grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off with the kid gloves. Testify, witness, testify.
Yosh.
So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely? Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture. I really tried. Probably didn't read the manual before he went to the studio.
Yeah.
Always read your manuals, people.
Right, so.
When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even once? We've had to keep pressing hard on these things.
True, but if it's the thing before this I'm supposed to press on, this could make me look bad, you know? So
Right. Well, again, we do have some
through.
more tries to do. We have some more
We've only
tries,
got, like, two
but
or
I think the
three.
scrapbook. I think this is where the scrapbook will come in.
All right, I'll press him.
Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? Oh. I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Of being a protagonist, and also a fighter in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
Wow. This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
Took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
You erased them?
Yeah.
Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious?
Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that?
And this has to be it. He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's saying. So it took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. So my guess is
press and then see if I can.
no, we can't present evidence after this press because it'll just repeat the dialogue.
Let's see. Because sometimes it didn't give me other dialogue options till we'd been through the whole thing.
Not just from the villain. Missed it. Took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
Okay. So that's the last line. I need to do it on that.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah. Present. This. Yeah, this has to be it. Cody.
What?
Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day.
Huh? Oh, right.
What was it you told me then?
I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. With Zam! I got them all. I never miss one. A perfect collection.
Cody. Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I'd find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Ah!
Mr. Wright? What exactly is this album?
It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai has just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor.
No, wait, no way!
Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is.
Mia, are we sure about this?
Did he actually? Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
He did take a picture.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder?
Because it's still in the camera, I think. Right?
The Steel Samurai didn't
The
win.
Steel Samurai didn't win. Yeah. Or that. I can only think of one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai.
No, wait! No! It's impossible! Steel Samurai never loses! He could even beat up Goku! He never loses to anyone! Ever! Those Jujutsu Kaisen guys on Tumblr are wrong!
Well, Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would be destroyed, yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied instead the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Insert your Jack Nicholson reference here. What movie is that quote from? I never
Full
remember.
Metal Jacket.
Okay.
Order! I will have order! Witness? I mean Cody? Is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
I love this music.
Yeah. Cody. That day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight. Right?
Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move.
Okay. So somebody interesting.
So maybe the guy in the Steel Samurai costume wasn't,
Yeah.
the original killer. Well, they are, but maybe that's not what they were wearing when they showed up.
Maybe it was he saw the rehearsal and saw the Steel Samurai fall. No, that wouldn't be. Maybe it was it because that was when Will Powers probably twisted his ankle.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Order! Order!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim.
Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently, we have all made a serious error.
An error? What's this all about?
The Steel Samurai was the victim. Maybe. Well, I mean, because Jack Hammer was dead.
Yeah, like, Hammer's dead. But Saying the Steel Samurai's the victim, that could corner us. Saying there is no victim, well, there's obviously a dead body.
Yeah.
But
So I guess
maybe Steel Samurai's the victim, and then someone did something later.
yeah, somebody. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai.
That does make sense, actually.
Did you say it does or doesn't?
Does.
Order! 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 So, the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony? Oh god, I gotta do the voice.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Okay. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio One. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
But why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What?
Show us quick.
Show. Okay. No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it. Studio 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that tells me he was meeting with the executives.
Maybe. Or maybe he was going to attack the executives.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's proof of we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix. Mia, what? Look at the photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor? May I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo.
He's at Studio 2.
Mm-hmm. I think it's here.
You seem to be lacking more
even
Maybe
more
I need to
confidence than
pick the
usual.
pole because the 2's in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Or maybe...
There you go. Turn gold.
Your Honor,
I just
look at
instead
this.
of clicking the one on the door, you have to click the one on the post.
Yeah.
I see. I see a gate.
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? On the number, or the number on that gate?
The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct?
Ah!
So you went to Studio 2 dressed as the Steel Samurai. I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
But... that's impossible.
What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the courtroom.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see that in this point? Wait, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. It was here.
What does that have to do with the number on the gate in the photograph?
Well, sorry, Your Honor, I guess I hadn't thought of that far through yet.
Okay, so it's not the outside of the gate, it's the inside of the gate. They were inside of Studio 2, not outside of it. But since it was reversed on the door, I thought maybe they were outside.
Yeah. Or, yeah. Here, at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2.
Actually, all good points. But...
No filming is done there?
Done there, so... But the executives were there.
Studio 2 is no longer being used for filming.
I see. And this is significant. Why?
Good question. I really should think these things through.
Would you like to take another stab at it, so to speak?
Let's just say the trailer,
Path-
because the execs
Or
were
the
there, and he might
path
have
was
been
blocked,
after them.
I think.
Well,
Though.
true, the
Right?
monkey head should have been there, but for all we know now, the times were wrong.
Maybe.
But, okay, let's try the path. If not, I think it's the trailer, because, again, he might
Yeah.
have been after exec.
The path to the trailer was blocked.
So we have heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Oh god, please don't show us his face again. Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet, in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed the murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Phoenix's design is really good.
It really is.
As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held at that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime.
Order! Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2.
This is madness. Jack Hammer's the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder?
Well, no, of course not.
Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume.
We have the
Sleeping
sleeping pills. I have proof.
You do?
You do, Mr. Wright?
Now that they're so surprised suddenly, I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The labels read sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle?
An idea? Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well, court will take possession of the bottle.
Okay.
I mean, your own fingerprints might be on it now. It's contaminated evidence.
They probably have gloves.
Hopefully.
Like, the one thing that the anime did at least show was that when they showed evidence that was collected in the court, they had gloves on because that's the professional thing to do.
It is.
This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework. It's more than a Java coding assignment.
Ha.
Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension.
Thank God.
Yeah, this took a bit.
Yeah.
Very well. Court is adjourned.
Like, I enjoyed this a lot. A lot of twists came up, but damn, that took a minute.
It did.
Whew. That was a close one. You were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during that trial. Me too.
Really? You both seem so confident.
Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too.
Dad?
Oh, of course we're kidding.
Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers. We have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial.
Right, thanks.
All right. Well, that was definitely a twisting trial.
I tell you.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining us in this bit of an extra long Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trial scene.
Yeah.
This was awesome. I really like this game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. But yeah, I was not prepared for that session.
I was not prepared either for how long that was going to be, but that's fine. You know, it can happen.
It can.
So,
and hey, not bad.
But yeah, nonetheless, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your time zone whenever you're seeing this. Be sure to like and sub, and hope we see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Yep, take care. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Open Couch Gaming for more video game antics.